Joshua chapter 1. Moses, the leader of Israel, was gone. The air hung heavy over the Israelite camp, thick with the silence that follows a grave loss. His death left an emptiness that seemed to echo across the plains. Joshua stood alone at the edge of the camp, staring out at the sea of tents. The people mourned, their soft cries carried on the wind, but soon their eyes would turn to him. Joshua, son of Nun, who had walked in Moses' shadow, never imagining he'd bear the weight of leadership. Fear twisted in his chest. How could he lead this nation? Moses had parted the seas, spoken with God face to face, guided them through years of wandering. Joshua felt small, unready. The doubts gnawed at him. What if I fail them? What if I'm not enough? The responsibility pressed down like a stone, and he wondered if he could carry it. Then a voice pierced the stillness, not a shout, but a presence that filled his soul. It was the Lord, speaking to him as clearly as the dawn breaks the night. Joshua, the voice said, "My servant Moses is dead. Now you must rise. Take my people across the Jordan River into the land I've promised them. Every step you take, every place your foot touches, I give to you just as I swore to Moses." His heart pounded. The promised land, so close after all these years. Yet the river stretched wide before them, and beyond it lay cities with walls and warriors. The task felt impossible. The Lord's voice grew firm. "No one will stand against you as long as you live. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you, never abandon you." Those words sank deep, easing the ache in Joshua's spirit. God was with him. Still, the path ahead loomed large, and he trembled at the thought of leading alone. "Be strong and courageous," the Lord said, as if sensing his fear. "You will guide this people to inherit the land I promised their ancestors." Strong and courageous. Joshua didn't feel it. Not yet. He felt the weight, the uncertainty, but the Lord pressed on. "Be strong and very courageous. Obey the law my servant Moses gave you. Don't stray from it, not to the right or the left. Keep it on your lips, think on it day and night, and you'll find success wherever you go." Joshua nodded silently. The law would be his anchor, his map through the unknown. "Have I not commanded you?" the Lord said again. "Be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid. Don't lose heart, for I, your God, am with you wherever you go." The fear began to fade, replaced by a quiet resolve. If God was with him, what could stand in his way? The promise steadied him, and he turned back to the camp. It was time. He summoned the officers, his voice steady despite the flutter in his chest. "Go through the camp. Tell the people to prepare their supplies. In 3 days we cross the Jordan to take the land the Lord has given us." The officers nodded and moved among the tents. Whispers of hope spread like wildfire. After years of waiting, the moment was near. Joshua sought out the leaders of the Reubenites, Gadites, and half-tribe of Manasseh next. These tribes had their land here, east of the river, but they'd vowed to fight alongside their kin. "Remember what Moses commanded," he said. "Your families can stay, but your warriors must cross with us to claim the land." The men met his gaze, their faces resolute. "We'll do as you say," they replied. "We followed Moses, and now we'll follow you. May the Lord be with you as he was with him." Then almost as an afterthought, they added, "Only be strong and courageous." Joshua's throat tightened with gratitude. Their loyalty bolstered him, and God's words rang true once more. As the sun dipped low, he looked toward the Jordan, its waters glinting in the fading light. The road ahead would test him, but he wasn't alone. With the people behind him and God beside him, Joshua stepped forward, ready to lead them into the promise.